2024 in the SANFL.
North Adelaide and Central District ready to go at it. And the 147th year of the SANFL is underway. The ball tossed in the air. It's a hot day, 30 degrees, expected to maybe even get warmer. And it's going to be hot here in opening round action as well. Doggies won both their pre-season games. They were narrow wins over West Adelaide and West Torrens, but it's the Roosters going forward initially here through Harrison Wigg. He peels the ball out to the wing. Back inside as well. One of the new faces, Cody Raak, with a hand pass. Just sold his teammate into trouble there, Sam Ramsey, the former South Adelaide player. They clean up the mess. Newchurch, Raak, driving fast, good leg speed, wobbles it off the boot. Oh, the ball deflected, so it's loose. Opportunity here for the forwards. Ball in dispute. Dogs getting back in numbers, and they're steady at the moment. They still haven't cleared the danger zone. Wigg, hand pass, spinning into trouble there. It was Jack McCann. Ball muscled forward. Dogs with numbers. It sneaks out the back. A whistle on play as well. Just when North Adelaide was set to pounce. Free kick is going the way of Central District.
We touched on Cody Raak, Biggles. We've seen a bit of him already.
3 disposals already, couple by a foot. So finding space, his spread so far has been terrific.
Great hands by Frenkel. Gives it off here to Zeckley. No, Zeckley. It's Blaine O'Loughlin back in the line. This is Zeckley. Has a chance to get the first one for the Roosters. Bounces into the post. He had a good year last year too. Frankie Zeckley with second in the best and fairest.
The Rooster runner was out there as well, just getting into Lockie's here, trying to get him out of that space. So Centrals are trying to put numbers back into that defensive 50 congested, but we know how dangerous the north forward line can be if they can find that space.
So the ball out wide. This is Dale Pearce, covered in sunscreen. Slip, slop, slap. It is a very warm day. And a chance for the Dogs to work their way into the equation. And they get it inside their attacking 50 now. They wanted to go to the key forward, but it's Nick Lange's. Cuts across here. In fact, was taken the mark. An uncontested one of that. Ball was looking deeper toward Aiden Grace. Couldn't get to the drop zone. But Lange has taken the mark here. Good penetrating kick there from the co-captain Jared Schiller.
And all eyes were on Frenkel, weren't they? He was going to look to infringe there against Grace. And just popping up in front, Lange.
So Lange, 21 goals last season. He gets the Dogs first of 2024.
North Adelaide defence getting back and that speed to get it in there. Lange has the versatility to be able to get it in the air or on the ground. So we've seen glimpses of how well this forward line can work for Central's previous years because of Grace and the like, who just have that X factor. Schiller's penetration on the kick was really good, wasn't it? He got enough in there. The Rooster defence on the Max's tyres replay were a little rattled and a little under siege. First big play of the year in the regular season. Lange's a very good set shot at goal.
So Lange continuing on where he left off last year. The bounce not a great one. McCormack over the top of Harvey. Quick kick comes from Wigg, the vice-captain, but just to half-back. In a good position there, taking the mark, Jez McLennan, who was solid last year as well, just working the ball up for the Doggies. McLennan back from the Suns and certainly made his mark. Manny Liddy getting involved as well and just setting things up for the moment.
I think McLennan has another level to go to, so I don't know he's a favourite of yours as well. Making the team of the year in the back pocket, I still don't think we've seen anywhere near what he's got to offer. He can be a sensational player in this competition.
Harvey was at the front. Schiller just farms out a little handball taken out of bounds. Good to see another key player there for the Doggies in Dane Postuma getting involved as well, so he's going to be a key player in defence for them.
A good debut. What a height about him as well. Not sure if they fill out their own height sheets these days, but he's listed at 2 metres.
Liddy, tackled by Coombe, shrugged his way out of it though. Handball into space. favours Sam Ramsey here. He's shut down quickly. Aiden Grace with an appetite at the moment. They look inside and Wigg comes up with it once more. The left footer. That's good disposal as well. He hit Frank Zeckley. Didn't have to break stride. And running past the game, being influential, Cody Raak from the VFL. Ball in dispute. At the back now. Newchurch wrapped up by multiple tacklers. McInerney. Grant beat him to it on the ground. Stalemate develops. And we'll have a ball up. 5 minutes played in the opening quarter. The Dogs with the only goal of the game. And saw in the women's game that preceded this, goals were kicked at both ends of the ground. It was 8 goals to the right of screen, 6 to the left in the game, won by Central District after North Adelaide were in front deep in the last quarter, looking for their first win of the season. As O'Loughlin drives to the top of the square, ball to ground. Well done there by the Dogs once more, combining McCormack and George Kendall to get it out of the danger zone.
So every player in the defensive back half now has to work hard to get forward of the play. And with the fast start from Raak with 4 disposals, of course, the state game next week, so selection revolves around round 1 today.
Getting back, we've seen plenty of him already, is Frank Zeckley. Just pops a ball out wide, and North Adelaide can just hold things up at half back for a moment to edge their way through. And there's McInerney celebrating his 29th birthday tomorrow, the premiership player. Bums a handball out just over the top. The kick is a good one. Looking into Lockyer, gives off the handball to the man who has won 4 best and fairest in a row. Kick got to Wigg. He gets around on his left after swinging it, puts it into the attacking 50. The punch was good. Comes down quickly around the corner from Newchurch, and again, looks like another poster for North Adelaide. So peppering away, but it's still the Doggies. 1 straight goal so far. Just have a nice little lead. Opening moments of season 2024 here on 7.
Newchurch starting with a bang, and it's his 4th touch already. Had more time. Just an exquisite talent he's got.
So they've hit both the left and the right goalpost now in this opening quarter. North Adelaide, which suggests that they'll find the target very shortly. The big man, Mitch Harvey, out there doing the dirty work as well. Just on the play though. Called a play on. Dangerous ball inside. Grace read it perfectly. Shut down Spina. Well done. Jared Schiller. Oh, he's tough at the contest. Just didn't work for him as he tried to get it further afield. But now they are pressing once more. Looping handball out wide. Grabbed it in style. Ty Larkin shams it onto the boot. Rolling. Trickling. It's a goal. Dogs have kicked the first 2.
They had the big sweeping handball from Hugo Munn. Greg Phillips-like, as he turned on the arc and just sunk the fist into it to put it in the path of Larkins. The long handball's a lost art these days because so many people misconnect, but he really got a full purchase on it. And that set up the whole goal, because if that handball is behind Larkins, then the play gets held up. The big fist through the ball there from Munn on the Max's Tyres replay. Beautiful handball. That goal assist set the whole play up. If it didn't hit the target, there's no way Larkins would have been able to go back and get it. It would have been under siege, but they are finishing well, Central District at the moment. First 2 of the game.
So the former Redleg gets the goal after coming across to the Ponderosa last year and playing 13 games and was very, very solid. As we'll get the ball thrown up again with a restart. McCormack's got a good leap, just gets the fist out, little backhander, tight tackle there from Patmore in game number 50. Billy McCormack has become a very important ruckman in this competition, trying to work his way around Harvey. Dinning and Ditmar was getting involved. Free kick though is going to go the way of Harrison Wigg, who's had a bit of it. This is possession number 6 for the former Crow. Goes out, looking to the forward flank. Mark not taken. There's an opportunity there for Billy Isles. He couldn't do it. Now it comes back to with Elbro round the corner. Ramsey, Big Keenan, he gets involved as well. A handball flicked out in defence. Lots of pressure from the Roosters, which is good. Postuma just tries to take it out over the line and finally gets that opportunity to get a reprieve for defence for the Doggies.
Good crowd in attendance too on the outer side under the shade of the famous Prospect trees. Really piling in here at the moment. What a day for footy. historical occasion. We'll have a look at half-time. 50 years since the inaugural game at Footy Park between these two sides.
Wilson Barry with a quick kick out of the congestion, close to the boundary line, but getting across there. Dale Pearce grabs the mark. Likely looking customer. Good size about him. Norfolk Pines out there, Biggles. How are you with your
imported, you think?
Botany.
Part of the tall ships, part of the mast, you think? Not sure. Come back to you.
Raak getting involved once more. Dogs have just been more efficient with the ball at the moment. North have had more of it. In fact, they've had 50% more of it. But the Dogs, 2 inside 50s for 2 goals, and there's evidence of the wastage that we're seeing from the Roosters at the moment. A little ill-directed, and cutting across Kyle Presbury, the new co-captain this year, in tandem with Jared Schiller. And they work it out nicely. Marcus Barreau with it now. Good method about this team. We're impressed with them last year as they played finals for the first time in 6 years, and that's a good grab there from Kendall. They've got North Adelaide right where they want them at the moment. Almost 11 minutes played here. Opening quarter action. One of 4 games in the SANFL on Good Friday. Ball hits the deck. Grace. Oh, look high. It was. A little clumsy there from Kai Frengel. And a free kick goes to the Dogs' leading goal kicker for the past 2 seasons.
It's the second time under the heat of round 1. Frengel's just got a little awkward there. No doubt the left shoulder he couldn't really see, but it was there. So teams adjusting to round 1. Central's beat Wood West Torrens in week 3 of the pre-season competition. The Roosters won by a point over Port Adelaide. And Central's also beat West Adelaide, so they're in good form.
87 goals for Aidan Grace with the Dogs. Kicked more goals than any other player on the field today for Central District. Conversion rate's only around 50%. But that one looks good off the boot. Goal umpire says it is, and the Dogs have kicked 3 in a row.
That is just the chaos ball getting in, but he's got to get back to that contested marking across half forward, which was so strong, standing underneath the footy from Kendall. That's the link. So North want to get back in numbers and try and help out and then rebound out of there, but if you've got a big strong target across half forward who can break up that play and then get it in there with a bit of speed, create that chaos. The Maxis Tyres replay, just having a look at the Dogs get the ball in with a bit of speed, but the mark prior to that from Kendall was strong. It was a really important one. That ball comes to ground at half forward. It allows North to rebound in the kicking style of Aidan Grace, the leading goal kicker in 2023 for the Doggies, starting well.
Good work by Grace, invited Frengel into his back there as we've had some changes in the ruck. So Finlay taking on Munn, former double blue. There's Finlay, who will be spending some time up forward and in the ruck instead of defence, with Dyson Hilda slotting to defence from forward. So the Roosters just shuffling things a little bit from last year and shuffling the ball around the centre of the ground. Finlay's kick is a bit of a wobbler, goes forward. That's a fortuitous kick that comes out with a mark and a quick little handball to Larkins, who's already kicked a goal. Goes up into the direction of Langy, who also has kicked the goal, and we'll see it go out of bounds.
That's a great contest, isn't it? The captain sits under it, takes the heat over the top. Nice spoil there. Get it out of bounds and a reset.
Knocked down there, little flick over the back from McInerney. Under pressure, quick kick comes out from Jake Gaspar, and suddenly they ruin their perfect scoreline. So 4 inside 50s, and they've kicked 3-1 Central.
Key disposal winners from Prospect Ave at the moment. Liddy has 4 touches. Little has 4. Harrison Wigg started with a bang, 7, and the new recruit Raak has 5.
Spina, the captain, runs his measure and then delivers nicely. He finds Sam Mays, looks inboard, picks out Frengel. He goes quickly as well. New Church. They want to move the ball a bit quicker this season, according to coach Jacob Surgeon. And we're seeing evidence of it here as Harrison Wigg finds himself on the opposite wing to where he started. This is good ball movement, though. It's been very impressive. Dinning, he finds the target as well. So move this coast to coast without Central's getting a sniff at the moment. New Church, too far out to score, so he's going to pop it into the lead, but just couldn't complete it. Slipped through the hands there of Lockyer. And they're the opportunities that North Adelaide are burning at the moment. They can't afford to. Lockyer wrestles off a couple of would-be tacklers, and with the outside of the boot comes up with an early contender for goal of the week.
And that's going to fire up the Rooster Army. A little bit of magic from Lockyer as he brushes them off, and he just accelerates so quickly. The players with ball in hand take a while to wind up. He's off. Check side, left boot. He's had a couple of opportunities where they haven't seen him so far. It's a great start. Lockyer turns back onto the footy. Look at him just sweating out here and through the gears. Watch him break two of them. That's electric on the outside of the left boot to ignite the Rooster crowd. Amazing finish as he took them on. Look at the agility. Put him on skates.
Took something special for Lockyer to get the first for the Roosters after what's been a red-hot start by the Bulldogs. An inside 50 count. 7-4 in favour of North. The umpire will have to recall that one.
Lockyer's highlight reel since coming from Alice Springs will be pretty long, you would have thought, Soda.
He's impressive, isn't he? He moves well. Good size too. He's breaking through there nicely. It was Dinning, and he was just involved before too. It came to that goal from Lockyer. He goes forward again into the top of the square. Lockyer's just lurking at the back. The ball didn't quite go the way of Castellini. Gets a chance now. Little handball. We've seen a bit of Newchurch. Back to Castellini with his kick going forward defensively, holding up okay at the moment, the Doggies. McCormack's taken down by Dinning. He's been very good, Dinning, in the last minute or so, just really working hard as that small forward for the Roosters. McCormack goes with a little backhander. Coombe, what a star he has been, one of the modern superstars of this competition. 4 best and fairest in a row.
The Dogs getting back, clogging up North Adelaide's attacking zone here. They've got 12 players inside their defensive 50 and no one in their attacking half of the ground. So they're making life difficult here for the Roosters, who have to try and pick their way through this maze of Central District defenders, and at the moment just struggling with that. It's 3-1-19 Central, leading North 1-2-8. 17 minutes played here in the opening quarter on Good Friday. Trust you're enjoying our coverage on Channel 7. Big season to look forward to here in the SANFL 2024 edition. Tackle slung down there, Billy Isles trying to draw a free kick.
Going into this match, we highlighted the engine room for both clubs and how vital it is. Well, Harrison Wiggs had 3 first possession and clearances, so he's putting himself at the base of the ruckman and very talented around that area, setting up the play.
How about the hands from Harry Grant after getting it from Liddy Presbury? Goes the commercial route up to the wing, close to the boundary line, and trickles over.
There he is about to come back on screen, Harry Wiggs. So of those 3 clearances, 4 have been contested as possession go as well. He's had 8 of those. The leading possession getter on the ground, about to come back on, so he just had a couple of minutes freshening up.
North Adelaide +6 with contested possession. Big body working nicely there for Harvey. Liddy's had plenty of it. He was taken down trying to clear the ball out. Newchurch, a long way up from his normal post up forward. Curls it around on the right foot. High ball. All sitting under it. Mark couldn't be taken. Grant in great position. Shoots out a beautiful little handball. Isles back. McCormack over the top of Harvey. Punches into the corridor. Opens things up for the Doggies. Quick little kick comes from Gaspar. Going back nicely was O'Loughlin. Took the ball and had to hold on to it. Wanted to reset, and that's exactly what he got at centre-half back.
Still 60-40 possession in favour of the Roosters at the moment, but it's the Dogs in front on the scoreboard where it counts most. Wigg has got a hand to it, slapped it to his own advantage, and then just kicks, try and buy some territory for the Roosters. Oh, the bad bounce eluded Barrow there, undone by it. So McInerney, part of the premiership team back in 2018, 1-3 out there today for North Adelaide, still surviving from that 19-point win over Norwood. Mays took his eye off the ball there, accepting the hand pass, and that created problems for Lockie Wilson. And the Dogs are at it. I like the intensity they're bringing. And they're really giving North Adelaide all they can handle at the moment.
It's Larkins with the defensive pressure as well. Good strong tackling. It's been a feature. Tackle count at the moment pretty even though, but Centrals are really getting at them.
Handball over the top, releases Wigg. He'll be on his left, has a couple of thoughts, then decides to pop it out. Nice kick, finds some space. And there might be a little bit of extra real estate coming Nigel Lockyer's way. No, he doesn't. He decides to pop things back in. And here's the 50-gamer, Pat Moore, former power-listed player, just swings things around, pumps it in quickly. Mark couldn't be taken. Grant is first onto it, under pressure from Zekeli, and Frankie gets straight in there to try and keep the ball in, lock it into the forward line, give them an opportunity now. 11 points down. We're into time on in this first term. It was Munn doing the ruck work. Big Hugo flicked it back, and free kick is going to go the way of the Roosters. It was clumsy, but it was well played there too. It was just sort of brought him into the contact, Lockie Wilston.
A couple of suplexes there. Ramsey got buried early. Grant, you may look at it, but I think just the attack really from Wilson, the attack on the footy really drew the umpire's eyes.
This is what they need, Piggles, too, because, look, the play's been a lot about Central District, even though North Adelaide has dominated possession. Wilston, no stranger kicking goals against Central. It was the 8 he kicked against them a couple of years ago at this ground. And if you can pop this one through, well, you think Jacob Surgeon, despite some wasted opportunity, would go in a quarter time reasonably comfortable with where their effort is as they start to hone the radar, and North Adelaide get within 5 points.
So we've seen so many times where they've elected to hit that spot, get a contest there and see what sort of damage the fleet-footed brigade can do at ground level. That's going to need work rate from Centrals to get back for their mids to try and help that out. Otherwise the speed around that hot spot is going to cause problems. Zackley's going to line them up. They've just got enough of the talent in the air and to their feet. So Ramsey didn't elect to go for the ruck, just went full to it, and there's the free kick, just the left arm over. It was clearly there. The Maxis Tyres replay giving us a great look at that one. And they bring the margin back to 5 points. The heat of this game as well, if you've just joined us, hot day out here at Prospect.
Seesawing affair as well. Dogs with the first 3 goals of the game. North Adelaide has kicked the last 2 in the space of 8 minutes to drag this margin back to a manageable situation for them. And they're going forward once more. And Ramsey colliding there with a Kyle Presbury going back with the flight. That's just come off a little second best. But the Roosters muscling it forward, close to the boundary line. And now it will be forced over, and we'll have a boundary throw in. 22 and a half minutes played here in this opening quarter. And just starting to get things on their terms here, the Roosters, in terms of taking their chances. 65-35 of the possession in favour of them at the moment. Well sharked by Coombe. The goal kick is at it again, Lockie Wilston, but this time he's off target. Skinnies it to the near side. And the Dogs now with 5 scoring shots to 4, but trailing by 4 points.
Kick falls well for Munn. He's got some support. Grant on the run. Kick just had a little bit too much on it. Albro did well. The intended target over his head was Dittmar. He was on debut from East Perth. Nephew of George Fiacci. Superstar. 7 flags, I think George would have been, wouldn't he? Something like that. For Port Adelaide. Here we go with the captain spin up. Long kick. And floating there, just trying to take the grab. Couldn't quite hold on to it, though. He's in the right position, was McLennan. He gets another chance, just runs through defence, cuts his way, has a bounce, being chased, but able to get away from Mays. Shoots it into Pearce. So the Dogs another opportunity through the centre of the ground. That's Wilson Barry on debut. Good vision. Kick just had a little too much on it through the hands of Barreau.
Trying to maintain possession there as they're coming out, but still trying to do it with some sort of speed. It's the challenge for Centrals at the moment. When they do get a turnover like that across for half-back, 2 of their goals so far, well, their only 2 goals have been, 2 of their goals, I should say, have been scored off the back of turnover. So just trying to create that once they have won the footy, the fine balance of speed versus controlling the footy.
High ball there from Pat Moore. Tough one to mark. Brought to ground. Here's Coombe. Going to get done at the coalface again, and over the top, Zekeli's going to give away a free kick here to Billy Isles, and get some advice for him as well. Billy Isles, top 5 on the best and fairest last season, best clubman as well, originally from Keilor. They beat him tough out there.
He got the sense, didn't we, last year with Billy Isles being in the club rooms about how much his teammates love him, hence why he took out the club man of the year last year.
Pearce, good depth with a kick, dangerous situation, going back with the flight. How about the grab from Whitelam?
Well, we know this guy is courageous. Going back with the flight, he won the most courageous last year at the Ponderosa as well. So this kick which Centrals are putting to advantage, ask the question of the Rooster defenders. And Whitelam, the rangy, gangly style that he has in the air, and then just his loping run on the ground. Very versatile.
One of 9 Central District players to play every game last season. Kicked 13 goals, 7 at 65% conversion from 15 metres out. He has slammed it into the post. Wow, that's a let-off for the Roosters.
Quick to get things moving. Oh, that's cut off by Grace. So there's another chance if he can be quick enough to get the ball down there. There's plenty of blue jumpers to help him out there. Mark couldn't be taken by O'Loughlin, was involved, and Barreau. Now the kick comes towards Dudley, uses the body to get Spina out of the way. On the bottom of the pack, working hard was McCann. Comes out now, kick around the corner, has way too much on it. Out of bounds on the fall. It was Munn that flicked that one out, and the kick just didn't quite have the radar on it.
Barreau's another one for the Dogs, who equally adept in the air as he is on the ground. Went full tilt at that ball that came in.
Clearing kick. Lands out of bounds between wing and right half back for the Roosters. So quite an arm wrestle here in front of a good crowd at Prospect Oval. Trust you're enjoying our coverage here on Channel 7. Boundary throw in there in quarter time. Roosters already with a goal in red time. Dogs do not want to surrender another after they started so well with the first 3 goals of the game inside 12 minutes. So ball and dispute again on the deck. Going nowhere. Umpire says, I'll have it.
It's going to be tough today. I think we've just about hit 30 degrees right now, and it is going to be interesting to see Biggles, who is lasting come half-time onwards in this first one when you start blowing really hard.
Yeah, no, not too much breeze around at all. So we saw with the women's game prior to this, it's pretty well still conditions.
Doggies. Oh, that's some good defensive work there by O'Loughlin, able just to foil any chance that Central had of sneaking a little kick in there before the siren there at quarter time. So Central got the first 3 goals.
Going to recall that. Other games being played today. South Adelaide against the Crows is just underway. Woodville West Torrens against West Adelaide, and Glenelg against Port still to come later today. If you're looking for something to get out and check here on Good Friday, maybe head down to the Bay. Glenelg against Port Adelaide, twilight game. Most entertaining. But here's the Roosters on attack. Sam Ramsey, former South Adelaide player, his kick is cut off, and been impressed with Dane Posthuma so far. Good size, seems to be where the ball is a lot, and that's a good skill to have. You know, his kick's a dangerous one, or one-handed. How about that? Trying to reel it in there. And a chance now for Larkins after Ditmar just couldn't come up with the big mark, but Schiller's been good, leading from the front. And coach Paul Thomas said this year he wants his on-field leaders to be more vocal and have more input and get things done on the field without having to need the coach to tell them exactly what to do. And Schiller's leading by example at the moment. All close to the boundary line, and has scored it over there by Billy McCormack.
Ditmar's one-handed attempt, very impressive, John Casey, as he reeled it in. And this was after Posthuma backed himself in with a spearing ball to come through that corridor. So you got to love that from 2 new players at the club who know what the coach's instructions are to straighten it up, have a crack at the kick, and if they had pulled it off, they would have been off.
The hurried kick came just through there from Ditmar, bobbles away up forward. Chance now for North. Rack involved as well again, so we're seeing a lot of him so far. Been impressive. Overrunning the footy there was Whitelam. Been able to get the free kick and get the opportunity to sneak up a little further too. So here's a good chance for Central to get things moving here to start this second term Grace was in there as well, trying to burst his way through was Gasper. Free kick's going to go North Adelaide's way. It was a good tackle. Jack McCann.
It was a great tackle, wasn't it? So under pressure, as he was coming full tilt through there, Gasper.
His weak possession, number 12. He's made a terrific start. McInerney, who's become somewhat of a veteran now. 3 goals in that grand final, and someone's gone down. There's a little action there between Will Splan and also, I think it was that Finlay. Just off the ball. We'll keep an eye to see if anything comes from that. Prestbury using the body well, the co-captain. Just shoots out a nice little handball, walking to the middle of the ground. Dittmar, good vision, and it's a nice kick.
Hugo Mum wants to get on with it quickly and does. Barry gets involved once more. Liddy danced his way into trouble, got problems, being penalised. Thought he got a handball away there.
Oh, Wiggy's leading from the front, isn't he? He wanted his right boot coming back in, and Wig buried him. Absolutely monstered him with one of the most perfect tackles. Holds up an entry inside forward 50. Not only is he getting it done with disposals, Harrison Wig, 13 of those so far, but defensively he's working hard also.
Last disposal restart here for the Dogs. Schiller looks it forward. There's Wilson Barry once more. Slows things down, allows North Adelaide to get back in numbers in their D50. High ball, Harvey with a fist on it. Wig tracking it down. That's a high tackle on Cade Dittmar. He's really having an influence here at the start of the second quarter, just 3.5 minutes played. Harrison Elbro with problems. Looks like he's heading down the race. Let's hope that's nothing serious.
We got first look at it, and that left shoulder of Wig over the top, the left shoulder of Dittmar, who almost pulled in a remarkable one-hander. Going to get a good look at his goal kicking right here.
So Dittmar from East Perth, first game in the SANFL. Can he kick his first goal and extend this margin? Doesn't like it off the boot. Went well wide to the right, through for a minor score. Alex Spina will prepare to restart here for the Roosters.
Talking to a lot of Central supporters on the way into the ground, and they were excited to see Jack Callanan today not getting a game. The 18-year-old Tasmanian, former, son of Wingnuts Callanan, of course, who was Jack Odie medalist, 2-time best and fairest, 4-time premiership player. Nutsy.
He's a star, wasn't he? Just a brilliant player, played some quality footy for the Crows when he was a mature age draftee, but Jack playing in the 2, so he just missed out. We're going to see a fair bit of him, though, and uncanny resemblance to the dad.
A bit more height than his father.
Yeah, well, that's true. Most people do.
Maybe his grandfather's height. Grandfather, one of the Tasmanian greats.
That was some lovely work by Mays just to get his hand in amongst that, but Prestbury gets another chance. The whistle goes. I reckon it's going to come back perhaps for Central. I don't think they're going to play it down. No, it's going to have to come all the way back here. So the free kick will go to Isles. He was held off while he was trying to get somewhere near the ball by Mays. So just a little kick. Larkins, we've seen a bit of so far. Dad Trevor played 4 games for Richmond back in '85. Goes long, top of the square, looking for Grace. They've got Lang, they've got plenty down there. Grace overruns it, handball comes back, getting out of trouble now, Ramsey. He's been a good recruit. Posture was in a good position, couldn't take the mark. He was just bustled out of that, and the ball will go out over the line. So we're just ticking into 6 minutes in this term. North trailing by 6 points.
Panthers with the early jump over the Crows at Noarlunga, 2-0. Stalemate almost here at Prospect during the second quarter. 6 minutes, no goals so far. Been hot at the coalface, trying to find the ball. Here's Wig, had no trouble finding the ball himself. Kick out wide, Lockyer kept it alive. McInerney off a step, wanted Ramsey, didn't give him much to work with. Competed well against multiple opponents, but Isles is there, and the Dogs with numbers. Though Isles kicked too much on it. Found McInerney. Now they can come across ground. Looking into the middle to start this phase. Good grab. I like the look of Castellini. I think he can be a star this season. And his left-footed kick up forward. Overrunning it there was Finlay. Zeckley comes again. Just disrupted what the Dogs were on about. Good hustle there. I like it from Finlay. Handball Ill-directed though, and a chance for the Dogs to clear here. And here's our man Raak. In fact, Dittmar, excuse me. Well, Gasper just pushed off the kick, didn't get much purchase with it. So a chance for Dinning, and he brings it inboard. And here's Harvey, the veteran. Ooh, wobbles it off the boot, not his best effort. Gave it up, Isaiah Dudley. And he's got a man, Langy, running free up at the forward line. I just couldn't complete it. Gets back, turns around, over the body, high degree of difficulty. And it bounces toward the boundary line, but is rushed through for a minor score.
Oh, because the excitement when you're running away from everyone, the ball's up in the air, there's an open goal square, and you just go, this is going to be mine.
I think in that situation, it feels as though time moves faster. They're closing in on me. They're going to get me. Dudley did a great job just to get it on. Just hung in the air a little bit more than we would have thought. It's a golden opportunity for Langy.
Spinner to Patmore, and just lowers the eyes and doesn't do it well enough. Hugo Munn's had a pretty good game so far. Crosses to Grant. He's 60 out. Just fires a beautiful drop punt in mark. Couldn't be taken. And Wigg ends up with it here. So he can just reset things. Came from O'Loughlin to him. And just slowly to Raak from Caroline Springs in out of Melbourne. Had 2 years with the Doggies. Met Jordan Sweet there, become good buddies, and then when it was time for him to look elsewhere, Jordan said, well, get yourself to North Adelaide. It's a very, very good club, and the Roosters have been impressed with this guy. He's in their leadership group already, and he's just got to the club at 21 years of age. Decides to fire down the line. Finlay in a good spot. Goes up too early, can't take the mark. Newchurch, gets his way through some heavy traffic. He's swung around, can't get an effective handball. Finlay on the bottom again, he's hailing a cab. The umpire coming in and intervene.
Harrison Wigg now up to 16 disposals, which you'll see coming into screen now. 81% disposal efficiency.
Well, chance for the Dogs here. Try and bounce for Barreau. Hands over. Dudley at the side of the boot somewhat. Give his forwards anything to work with. Dyson Hilda takes the mark, and he's keen to get on with it. Out wide Gasper. In hot pursuit there is Whiteland. Lurking with intent, Spina. Had the ball dislodged and then caught his opponent higher from where I could see. Umpire didn't have the same view though, and says I'll have it, and we'll ball it up here. Almost 10 minutes played, second quarter action. No goals since the break, but pressing forward once more through Manny Liddy. The Dogs, he's got good purchase with a kick. It sneaks out the back. Grace is there, tried to keep it alive, just dragged it back in, and the ball is being accidentally kicked out of bounds by Billy McCormack.
Different sort of stature to his dad, Brendan. He'd remember played some terrific footy as a teenager for Fitzroy, and then also went up to Brisbane. Brendan McCormack, known as Billy as well. He was bigger and thicker through the hips than young Billy, and he's got a terrific leap, and he's working hard against the big unit, Mitch Harvey. And Harvey now has got Munn to contend to. We can't get his way through. Here's a chance for Wilson Barry on debut. He lowers the eyes beautifully. And the mark is taken there in the attacking 50. So this is a big, big chance right now for the Doggies. Jake Gasper, he's on debut from Port Melbourne. And just what they'll need to steady the ship.
Look at his composure here. I love this from Barry, who performed well up in Queensland. And there's a bit of Simon Black about him, if you like. You don't want to compare that Queenslander style. He's very well balanced. Came out of there with class and laced him out. Beautiful pass.
Jake Gasper, 40 out, looking for the first goal for the quarter. He just pops it up. It's a nice looking kick, no problem at all. And all the Doggies come to him and congratulate him on his first goal in SANFL footy. But the Doggies get their fourth.
So that's an important stoppage goal from the source, because that's where North have been in control. Around that clearance as we're getting first possession. They've been setting up well, but Barry with some explosive speed from the 21-year-old as he came out of it. And then a dart coming in, so they've got that flexibility with leading players inside their forward line. Grace leads up, and now we see Gasper adding that dimension. Gee, that's a nice half-volley pick-up from Barry on the truck assist replay. Look at the dart just flying in there to Gasper, who was full tilt. He finished off the good work. You just seem that in these bigger moments, Centrals are standing up in a celebration to put the ball to sleep, perhaps. Rockabye baby, Gasper style.
Margin out to 13. Was as big as 17 in the opening quarter when the Dogs kicked the first 3 of the game. Umpire says play on this time. North Adelaide fans aren't happy because Hugo Munn took it uncontested and then gets to drive them inside their attacking half. Ball in dispute, hits the deck, dragged off at their barrow. No whistle forthcoming. Roosters with their hands full here at the moment. Dogs tails up. Kick out wide. Gasper waits for it to bounce. Now needs to corral it. Keeps it alive. Brought it back inboard. This is Whitelam off. Nice work with the feet. He likes it off the boot as well. He's danced his way into another goal. Dogs get number 5.
Well, he had to kick it. He had Grant open in front of him. Harry Grant was well and truly going towards goal with a handball over the top into space. Whitelam just says, have a spell there, McGarry medalist. I'm going to drill it. Absolutely launched into this. Beautiful fade as well. Whitelam now, it's got a couple. Some good desperation here from the Dogs. Truck assist replay. Gasper desperate. Whitelam terrific as he launched into it. He had to go with goal because he had Harry Grant open space. So around 1, full purchase. Absolutely nailed it.
Great launch from 49 metres and terrific desperation from Gasper, who's been a key part of the last couple of goals. North Adelaide need a steadier right now because we're looking at 19-point buffer. Dogs going in there is Ditmo. He's looked okay, particularly this second term, really starting to find his feet at this level. 4 new faces with the Doggies, Biggles.
Dogs have gone up with that ball in dispute, haven't they? So when there's that contested ball between you and an opposition player, who goes in harder? And Dogs are having a moment here.
Free kick will go the Roosters' way. And I think pretty much straight away that they knew it infringed there, Bryn Little. He had a good year too, Little, last season, finishing 3rd in the best and fairest. So Keenan Ramsey.
Didn't gather it. Crowd still filtering in on a hot day. Shading under the John Casey Norfolk Pines on the outer side.
Game number 151 for Ramsey. He's a long way out, doesn't quite make the distance, and there's a couple of Doggies deep in defence, standing tall and standing strong, and that is a good mark. Kendall able just to pop it forward. He's been good in defence, Kendall. Hasn't had to do a lot, but what he has done has been very good. Splan getting involved as well, and then just cutting across was Ramsey in front of McCormack.
Gee, the little things are going to be important today, aren't they, as this game wears on. Kendall on the line. Terrific concentration, getting at the ball, just saving him behind, and then Ramsey coming and closing late with that spoil. Little 1%ers.
Dogs with it on their terms at the moment. It's been more efficient, a little more useful with their ball movement. Dinning dragged off the kick, influenced it enough to allow McCormack to come up with it, and front position, good grab. That's a nice work again. In fact, the free kick has been found out of all that as well. And now chance for the Roosters to build, bring it out wide. Frengel gets involved. This is Newchurch. Handball over the top is on. Handball was good. Collection from Zekeli, not his best, but he's able to clean up his own mess and then laces out the lead from Lockyer.
Just thought they were going to make a mess of it, and then Zekeli serves it up on a plate across his body. That is a silky skill, running away from the ball to put it in the path. Too many blokes can do that. Lockyer on a lead again, looking dangerous.
First goal of the game for the Roosters. They need another. The left footer got close to the man on the mark. I think he's going to just forced him into error because he's pushed it across the face of goal and through for a minor score. First score of the quarter for North Adelaide. And it's taken a tick over 17 minutes. It took them almost 15 to get their first goal of the game. So right now, the Dogs doing it nicely.
A little at half back. Wants to get things moving quickly. Centre wing. Going back just through the hands was Hilda. Let it out over the back. You don't want to do that in defence. Free kick's going to go the Dogs' way because they just started to get off the leash. Gaspar has had a good couple of moments here in this second term. Just lowers the eyes nicely, and McLennan, they just inch their way up. Schiller started the game beautifully as well, the skipper, game number 236. And his kick is effective as well. So 40 metres out. We'll see what Dale Pearce can do from this sort of distance.
He's got this about him, Pearce. This is the sort of stuff you like him kicking for. The difficult sort of shot, you don't want him 20 or 30 out. He can land on this and drill it.
It's a big unit, 198 centimetres from 48. Pops it out to the right and will never get it back in time. So we're just close to time on here in this second term. Another shot for the Doggies, and they're out by 19 points.
I think that's Elbro with a ice pack. New Guernsey number this year, of course. An ice pack on his left shin, suggests his return may be questionable.
As you mentioned, round got underway last night with Norwood. Good win against Sturt after they started so poorly last season. And South Adelaide making the early running there against the Adelaide Crows. 4-1.
It's a good win by the Legs. Really good win against Sturt.
This has been good so far from the Dogs as well. 10 scoring shots to 6. They've restricted North Adelaide to just one shot at goal here in this second quarter. Central's 11 inside 50s to 4 in this quarter. They've dominated possession, like the work of Wilson Barry, wearing the number made famous most recently by Justin Hoskin. Good grab back there from Hilda. North Adelaide forced to do a lot of defending here at the moment and got their hands full. This is Alex Spina. And he's happy to slow it down at the moment. Approaching time on in this second quarter. Started the term with Central in front by 5 points. Now out to that 19-point advantage. And Harvey's looks in trouble as he hits the deck. Liddy kept it low, punches it toward goal. Dogs have kicked 3 in a row, and the margin's out to 25.
That's a good strike from Liddy. As he sort of went away from goal, he had to punch it in with speed. So they just got enough numbers back. We thought it was going to be a highlight reel. The hanger to Newchurch, who ended up taking out Harvey, who now stumbles his way back to the centre of the ground. But Billy McCormack stood up in the contest as well. So they stopped that ball getting across halfway, sent it back in with speed. Nice finish. So here's the highlight from Newchurch. Had the setup, cleaned up Harvey with a knee to the head. Luckily he's got a strong head, Harvey. But so McCormack stands up, forward handball and Presby getting involved. Liddy on the run, outside 50, very tough kick. Beautiful finish.
Just his 5th career goal, Liddy. It was a great kick by the former double blue. For the Roosters, good to see Mitch Harvey. It must be a hard noggin. He's back in the centre of the ground, ready to go against another former double blue in Munn. Kick comes off the deck, and does that work well? Some nice hands there by Casalini. Goes quick, Lockyer. Couldn't quite, little juggle, and gets his way around, drops the kick in nicely. That's good. So Finlay, 40 out. We talked at the start of the game, Biggles, about this Carl Finlay, Dyson Hill to switch from defence and forward. It worked well in pre-season.
That was good smart backup work there from Finlay. Realised that the mark was spilt. His Lockyer couldn't complete it, so then offers him up another lead.
Just the 5 goals across his 55 games for Finlay. And not quite. Look good though. didn't kick it like a defender. It was a nice looking sort of shot, so finding his way and his feet in the forward line.
He's another one who you see the experience rise from, gone past that 50-game mark last year. Finlay, you start to see his best footy.
Chance for the Roosters. This is Patmore. Surveys his options. Drive top of the square. They're too big, too strong back there at the moment. That defence standing up well. It's Kendall.
To look at him in defence. Good strong hands, Kendall.
Indeed. Finds Larkins. He's happy to go on the retreat here. 22.5 minutes played in the second. Isles pinpoints Presbury. Ball movement's been good. 74% is their efficiency at the moment. Just ahead of the Roosters at 72. And that high ball, that opens the door for Spina. Now the counter-attack. The Roosters captain getting busy. Zekeli. Something good is likely to happen now. And he laces out the mark there for Finlay. Came again. Oh, look at this. Pretty to watch. That's what they can do. They'll carve you up. Highly skilled. And now they need to go back and kick the goal here. And they've got the right man because Keenan Ramsey, leading goal kicker last season, 22 goals, 12.
Nice intercept work from their leadership in Spina as he chops it off and then sets them up. Finlay and Zekeli getting involved, pinpoint passing.
Recent sider for Ramsey. Likes it off the boot. Never looked like missing. Roosters get a drought breaker.
They love to rebound, they love to run and set up across half-back. But that relies on the turnover, so they've got to work to get that. At the moment, Centuries have been pretty good at getting over that half-forward mark and across the centre of the ground. So they won't be able to rely on turnover now. Their score sources so far in this match, though, the Roosters, even though they've only had the 3 goals, one's come from a turnover, one from stoppage, one from kick-in. Gee, that's a nice sharp movement inside out there from Zekeli as he keeps going, links up, really well done from him and Finlay up to Ramsey, and Ramsey finished off the good hard work. That's the important bit. Use the footy and get the reward from the big men up front.
First quarter it was 3 goals to Central before North kicked a couple. The second quarter 3 goals to Central. North get their first of this term. 3 or so minutes left before half-time. Can they get another one just to mirror what happened in that first quarter? I'd want to go within a couple of goals at half-time. Right now it's 18 points. Schiller just over the top, little give. And Castellini, he's got some support. There's Padmore getting involved as well. Kick forward. Oh, a couple of bites at it by Georgie Kendall. We were pumping him up that his hands look good. Now he's coughed it up. He's given it to Lockyer. And here's a chance now for Castellini. Drops it forward. Patmore lets it go, and Ramsey, who has got the radar going nicely, could get another one within a minute of his last. Oh, disappointing by Kendall.
Seen that type of pressure mistake from Central so far. Closing in on half-time. Said Kendall has been very good, and then the handball clanger. Not great.
2018 Premiership player, Keenan Ramsey. Former Crow as well, misses. Just dropped the ball in the middle of the body and just kicked it right across the face. So wasted opportunity for the Roosters as we're just getting into half-time. A couple of minutes to go in this term.
Ice packs are out in the back of the net. Warm day. Prospect Oval. It's going to get harder. We may see some cramping late in this game.
Still sitting at 29 degrees. Gee, that's tough.
Presbury restarts. Only man with eyes for the ball, Hugo Munn. That's a good grab. 8 disposals for Munn so far. He's taken 6 marks as well.
Been good, hasn't he?
No one's taken more marks in the game. So they get it up towards centre wing. A high flyer out there. Good grab there as well from Marcus Barreau. In a pack. Driving kick up towards centre half forward. Out on the lead. And the mark's been taken here by Aidan Grace. Grace hasn't seen a lot of it, just the 2 disposals for him so far. To take his best effort, in fact it might be just a little beyond him, and he's signalling that he's going to pop it up to the square and get the forwards ahead of him to run at it. Big fist on it from McCormack. Loose ball in dispute. Oh, North Adelaide players stood off it and almost paid the penalty. Now they'll clear the danger zone. Dinning, driving kick. How about that? Keenan Ramsey getting back to the half-back line to offer some outlet for them. And with 27 and a bit minutes played, they might be happy just to slow it down here. They want to concede another goal, and he's on the retreat to Sam Ramsey. So the Ramseys combining, no relation. All danger there with a kick from McCann, but he's good enough to find Raak. Raak goes out wide. Mark taken out there by Blaine O'Loughlin. Siren in the background. Halftime arrives here, and after leading by 5 points at quarter time, it's Central District with a 17-point buffer. Central 6-5-41, lead North Adelaide 3-6-24. Stay with us here on Channel 7. We've got a great quarter here, jumping on board with the Host Plus SANFL. The first game of the season. Trust you are enjoying our coverage wherever you may be watching around South Australia and beyond. Through 7+ underway in the third quarter. And with a 17-point lead, Central District doing it nicely at the moment. This is Larkins, goal kicker already today, around the body. Schiller being good, beaten to it on that occasion by Blaine O'Loughlin. North Adelaide need to get something happening, and Jack McCann's got that on his mind as well. Over the back, well read. Nigel Locklear running into an open goal. Makes no mistake. 30 seconds played in the second half, and the Roosters are moving.
It was a big turnover, wasn't it, across half-back. Central's out of the middle, looked as though they had it in control. Barry, 2 and 3 possessions, then the spread. So Lockyer's gather was very clean, though. Nice goal assist from McCann. He put the ball right out there, and Campbell Coombs stands up.
So free kick count 12-10 in North Adelaide's favour. 25. You can see the Dogs rushing back in their defensive end at the moment.
Why is it that every time you're in the grandstand at Prospect, you feel as though the free kick count is heavily against them? So passionate. Just 12-10. But every time there's one against them, they let every single person here know about it.
Harvey inside the attacking 50. Ramsey competes and found the ball on the deck. Zekeli lurking with intent onto the left boot, round the body. And that's another opportunity that normally he would take full value of, but not on this occasion, across the face for a minor score. 22
clearances to 12 in favour of North Adelaide at the moment. So you'd think that would start to weigh heavily on Central's around the stoppage area.
Harrison Wigg's been good in that area. Harvey, a couple of grabs at it, hacks a kick forward, Lockyer overruns it. Splank gets his handball out to Schiller. A long ball from the captain out of the wing. Good body work there, just holding his player out was McCann, who's been good. Comes to Spina into the attacking 50, and coming out there trying to take the mark was Ramsey under a fair bit of duress. We'll have the ball thrown in. He ran about 45, 50 from the pocket. Outer side here at Prospect Oval. Let's go around the grounds, and South Adelaide looking really good against the Crows, and plenty of breathing space for the Eagles there against West Adelaide. There's Postuma getting involved, gives it to Barry, high ball, and a fist there, not overly effective from Raak. And Harvey's vision is good to the centre of the ground. He's got Wigg.
Wigg tries for distance, hits a dangerous spot, and going back with one hand. It was almost Ramsey being paid the mark. Well, they call play on here. Lockyer is going to march into the open goal. Play on is the call. Lockyer's got 3.
Now looking at the big tall targets up there, and Finlay and Ramsey having some sort of impact now. Finlay picking up the free kick, so Lockyer at ground level capitalising with his third as well. But the intercept mark across the defensive wall from Harvey, so he positions himself, backs himself in, and comes through the corridor. Lockyer having a well-earned rest. Impressive start of the third term for the Roosters. Harrison Wigg to Ramsey. Was that a hold there? Finlay was the one who picked it up, but the free kick did go to Ramsey. That was paid. On the Crown replay, Lockyer picks up the chocolates on Easter Friday and runs through. This is an impressive start in the third term. The Roosters come out of the blocks hard.
Lockyer's got 3, 2 of them coming in the opening 5 minutes of this second half, and suddenly it's a 4-point ball game. The breathing space disappears. Hurried kick forward. Roosters go again. Postuma gets a little call over the back, gives it up to Coombe. Zekeli's vision is good. Oh, Mark couldn't be taken there. And here's another chance. Getting around the corner is Ramsey. Doesn't quite hit the right part of the ball. The bounce, though, is keeping it alive close to the line. Hurried kick forward from Splan, and a little sort of fingertipper there that couldn't be taken by Whitelock.
Hands over, so the Dogs on the march out of their defensive 50 at the moment. This kicks off the mark, though. Well read, although the hand pass wasn't great. And Harvey's got problems as well, so he's dragged to the ground. Gasper involved. Ramsey it is, in fact, coming across ground and finding Jack McCann. So McCann measures the pass into the middle. Wigg, disposal number 20. Most on the ground, and it's neat disposal as well as he finds Carl Finlay. Plenty of activity ahead of him in the forward line as well. And he powers it to the top of the square. Oh, well done, and defensive work there from Centrals, refusing a dangerous situation. They bring the ball out wide, and the mark's being taken by Nick Lange.
Newchurch almost caught the ball with his shoulder. I've seen that before. Pushed down under it. Just, they're getting enough opportunity, enough contest there, the Roosters.
Well, North Adelaide look a lot better in this second half. They just look a lot more secure when they have the ball in their hands. High ball. Mark couldn't be taken there by Gasper. And Pringle getting involved with Spina. And that's a nice little kick. Raak again getting involved in the middle of that. There's Wilsden. Goes back, but safely. Plenty of room there for Ramsey. Recruited from South Adelaide. He's kicked at Pringle. Oh, interrupted by Grace. So Ramsey's got to clean up the mess. flicks the handball over. It's okay. Plenty of time for Newchurch just to settle things, get the kick right, and just put things back on North Adelaide's term. Here's Castellini.
Noah Castellini decides to go for distance as well. So here's the pack. Zeckley ran onto it, couldn't control it though. Presbury is there as well, close to the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Almost 10 minutes played here in the third quarter. Roosters have kicked the last 3 goals of the game, bracketed across half-time.
Have a look at this third term in isolation. The Red and White Army is running rampant. 45 disposals to 23. Roosters well and truly on top, getting hold of the footy. A lot of it's uncontested, 13-2 in the uncontested marks department.
Charlie Dinning there, close to the boundary line, trying to get it back to the advantage of Newchurch. Unable to keep it alive, so they'll have a boundary throw in. That right half forward. All the Roosters, Harvey and McCormack. Horns once more. Harvey makes his way to the front. Couldn't get any purchase on the tap though. So it's Central who clear the ball. Reading it nicely, but Lockie Wilston. The work rate of Jack McCann as well. Impressed with him last year coming into this team. And now it opens up on the outer side for Jake Patmore in game number 50 for the Roosters. His kick got multiple targets to work with. Zeckley turns and runs. The pass is excellent in front of the eyes. The mark's been taken by Carl Finlay. And took his best effort, but certainly not beyond him.
Biggles the Finlay forward, Hilda back, sort of experiment. Looks like it's working okay. He's presented well.
Yeah, it really has. Timed his leads pretty well. A lot of players getting around to McCann over on that outer side with his little inboard kick that he tried on the outside of the boot, which found Wigg. That was very good.
So Finlay, member of the 22 grand final team that lost to Norwood, unloads from 55. Looks good. Oh, that's sensational.
I think the move's working well, Sada, now. It's a rightful strike. Doesn't even look like a backman. So, the class of Zeckley, though, to spot him up. That's that final piece of the puzzle to hit the target as you're coming into attacking 50. Take the edge off that kick. It's worth so much. Put the bib on at the buffet when you're leading to this. Have a look at that. Spot on. That's a good buffet at the Crown. Let me tell you about that. They're looking after the Crown replay here today. That is a lace-out pass. And Finlay looks every part of a forward. Central need to find something here. North Adelaide have hit the front.
That is a thumping kick. We had a look at him have a shot in the second turn to the other end, and it was a good-looking point if you can have such a thing, because the kick was nice, but thought, yeah, he looks all right, but boy, that kick was just absolutely magnificent. The free kick's going to go for in danger against B. Harvey. So the recipient will be Manny Liddy, who's been pretty handy today. His kick goes nicely out to Whiteland. So at half forward, he's got some support from Isles. Lockyer runs him down. Isles' kick to within 20, and Hilda was there, as is Wilsden. Defence good for North Adelaide. Little kick from McCann is effective. They move the ball right around Prospect Oval well. But Dudley, how good was that? Able to shut Castellini down, cause a turnover, and then here come the Dogs with their chance to go forward. Dittmar into attack over the back. Couldn't be taken. It was a golden opportunity, but I think Pearce let that one through, and the Roosters will get themselves out of trouble. And here's Harrison Wigg racking them up. 22 possessions.
Gee, they back their ability by foot, North Adelaide, don't they? They take on some dangerous kicks across goal. Flirting with danger. That ball was touched before it went out of bounds, so another boundary thrown. Cole's valued players. A few candidates putting up their hands for Rhett Biglands to decide.
Harrison Wigg has had his hand up all day. 22 disposals, 9 marks, 8 contested possessions and 4 clearances, and Barry's just worked his way into the game as well in his debut SANFL match.
Oh, good tackle, Charlie Dinning. Would not be denied. He just scragged Manny Liddy, and Liddy maybe a little hard done by. He made the running, and Need to get it away cleanly. As long as they're consistent with it. This is O'Loughlin in a tight situation and forced into error once more. Strong stuff, almost rugby league style. There from Cade Dittmar as he barrels his way through. The captain, Jared Schiller, unloads it, sail for home. Just pushes it across the face of goal. Wow, first score in the quarter for Central. It's taken 14 and a half minutes.
Some massive contests in front of the grandstand. Testing the tackle to keep that ball alive. So strong in it. Larkins with the gather. Schiller normally finishes those.
So Roosters by a point. They had to wrestle the lead back after trailing by 5 points at quarter time, 17 points in the half. And it's a good contest. Considering round one, the ball's been moving nicely by both sides. Given we've been sitting around 30 degrees for most of the game so far, it is going to get very, very tough in the final term as we sneak into, 15 minutes or so of this third term. Harvey has done the bulk of the ruck work against McCormack. And Lange, who kicked the first goal in the opening 3 minutes of the game, couldn't get his way out of that lock. As we've seen for most today, it's McCormack trying to reach over the top of Harvey. His hands were really good. O'Loughlin's kick smothered. Isles, a hurried kick forward. One-on-one situation. Gaspar had it, but defensively North Adelaide, Willesden, who we've seen spending some time up forward today, down back at the moment. The kick was out towards Dinning, couldn't take it. He's pulled down by Dittmar and gets a free kick.
To number 33's going at it. O'Loughlin running shotgun, runs his measure, kick wobbles off the boot, ill-directed, cut out here by Jez McLennan. Generally uses it a little better, and he does this time as well as he finds Dittmar. Now Central got numbers out on the outer side here, and running onto it, Lange with the support of Larkins. Back to Lange, known goal kicker, 40 and closing, pulls the trigger right to the line, and he got it there. Dogs get two in a row.
Gee, that's a big finish against the Tide. You just got the sense that there was an arm wrestle happening here in the last 2 minutes after North really had control of the match in this third term. That's a big finish on the run to get the journey with tired legs. Some run and carry, got the 1-2 back on the Crown replay, launches into this, gives it everything right on. Have a look at this collision in the post as well. That's a big finish from Nick Lange. He get one back. It was all the momentum in this third term was with the red and white. The boys loved it.
Well, he doesn't get a lot of it, Nick Lange, just his fifth disposal so, but when he does get it, he knows what to do with it.
Terrific finish. Another chance for the Roosters to get a clearance in Coombe. Little working hard in defence. Presbury, he's got three Roosters to contend with, and he'll be held up. So North Adelaide within 35 metres, just when they were ticking along nicely. Bounce back the Doggies, going around the grounds. Still the Eagles comfortably. The Crows making some sort of inroads at half-time there on South Adelaide. And of course, last night, great start, big third term by Norwood, enabled them to get a 27-point win over last year's grand finalists, Marty Matner's double blues. Finlay was there, but Spina red at best, and spears one in. Oh, almost too strong and too hard for McCann. And North Adelaide still, though, just holding possession. Coombe goes forward, and Lockyer, who's been really, really impressive on a lead. And at 186 centimetres, he plays a little taller than that. He's kicked three, and here's a chance to get North Adelaide back in front.
He's got to love the aggression at contest from Coombe. He just seizes the moment.
He's got it. So well done to the Roosters. They're back in front, and Lockyer's got his 4.
Dominant start to the third term. Centrals get one back after some hard-working effort, just trying to take the sting out of the game, and then Coombe raises the flag again. It says we're going to go again. Brilliant attack just to get hold of it. Set it up. Mays as well. What a contest back here at Prospect Oval. North Adelaide out of the blocks with a flyer in this third term, and the leadership coming to the top. Mays and Coombe involved. Lockyer on fire. He's got 4.
4 goals to 1 in this quarter. 3 of them from Lockyer. In his haul at the moment. Roosters going again. Wigg got it from Coombe. Here's McCann running off half back. Up toward half forward. No one can complete the mark. Zekeli creating problems. Good battle between him and Presbury. Zekeli's got away from him though. Drives from 30 out. Kicks it low. They kicked another. It's touched on the line. Well, goal saving effort there from the Dogs. Right on the line to deny the Roosters their 8th. And it's a 2-point ball game. Remembering the Dogs beat North Adelaide twice last season. And that was why they played finals and the Roosters didn't. Because at the end of the season, there's just one win that's separating them. So, Dogs, the challenge is on. That's a neat pass as well. O'Loughlin straight onto the chest here. Rushing forward, Dale Pearce out wide. Wants it one-on-one. O'Loughlin, though, is looking a little deeper than that. Contesting at the back, well read. It's Langy again. Runs onto it and kicks another. Oh, coast to coast from the Dogs.
Well, mistakes proving costly. You cannot lapse, though, with this sort of game. An hard-working match, so... Langy again. John Casey called it well. He doesn't need a lot to hurt you. Just 6 disposals in this match for his 2 snags. Any sort of opportunity, he'll capitalise. Well, it's goal for goal at Prospect. Look at this ball over the back. Langy clever. He just is a very smart footballer. From his 6 disposals, had his 2 goal. Dudley's been really important in patches today. Had a turnover on the outer side only moments ago. Sending that one into attack. Great goal assist.
So it's Lockyer versus Langy. 4 goals to Lockyer, 3 to Langy. And right now it is a 4-point break to Central District. This match is hotted up beautifully. Long kick from Barry, who's been good. There's a strong set of hands. Nice work by Grace. Punches it in hard. Oh, the kick was outstanding. He invited him into that, didn't he, with the kick. Great mark by Langy on a 2-on-1 situation.
What a game. The matchups all over the park at the moment are incredible, because you're thinking about Campbell Coombe on Grant, and they are going head-to-head. They are working each other over. 2 McGarry medalists. And at the moment, Campbell Coombe's now got 17 disposals. You watch these 2 work off the ball, it's incredible. And then we'll have a highlight package like Nick Lang just floating through. He's incredible.
So he's already kicked 2 in this term. He kicked the opening goal of the game, and that one cannons into the post.
Campbell Coombe just coming to the interchange now, having a spell in hot conditions. Him and Grant around stoppage. They are just fighting for everything, not giving an inch.
So both teams have hit the post twice in the game. Great contest here to launch the Host Plus SANFL season on Channel 7. What a year we've got to look forward to, and as McInerney drives North Adelaide forward. Lockyer much to work with. Castellini running onto it, overran it. Harassed out of it there by Kendall, who's been good for the Dogs, but that kick isn't. And going to be a last disposal restart here for North Adelaide. They're pressing once more. 23 and a bit minutes played. We've had 27 and a half in each of the 2 quarters completed so far. And 5 lead changes here in this quarter alone. We're again flirting with danger. And across the line, the ball tumbles.
12:30 next Saturday is a SANFL state game against the VFL. And got to pick a team for that. Obviously, there'll be a squad in the selectors' minds right now, but there'll be players today and last night that one really solid game might just get them a representative Guernsey. And we've seen some nice work by Nick Lang and also from Lockyer.
So good to have the state game against Victoria on again. The Kick-A-Vic clash and gather round weekend down at Glider Stadium in Australia. It will be a good game, and we'll so good to test our state league against the best.
Larkins to Isles, into attacking 50. Dudley was there as well, but there's Hilda. Read that well. He's looked good in defence too, while Finlay has looked good up forward. Decides just to send it back the way it came. Best position there is Isles, and some good work there by Larkins. He did a really nice job keeping Lark out of the contest. Here's another chance for the Doggies. Larkins, 52 metres and too much on it for Lange, so safe hands there, deep in defence by Frengle.
He steadied Frengle as well. Had some important intercepts. He started a little bit shaky. He was beaten in a couple of one-on-ones, now up to 12 disposals. There's the leadership in Spina. Need to get him on. He's so vital this side.
Well, Sam Hayes has had a good game today as well. He's really put a blanket on Harry Grant. Just 7 disposals for Grant. Averaged 26 last season. Hasn't been able to have the influence we were expecting, but this man has. Jared Schiller around the body. Central pressing once more. Ball in a dangerous situation, and this man knows how to convert. It's Blaine O'Loughlin onto the boot. Dogs have got another. 3 of the last 4, and the Central lead by 10.
Again, they fight back. 10-point margin. The Doggies. Dudley in and under. Nice contest. So Schiller knows how to work around that stoppage, doesn't he? Watches the fly of the ball. Clearance over around the area. Big moments in this one. Dudley with 7 disposals. So Schiller over the back, the Crown replay. Head over the footy, sends it back in. Look at the smarts. Dudley off a step. Blind turn, in and out. How does he get ball to boot there? Bit of magic from Dudley.
Ten-point break by the Doggies. Really important kick there. 26 gone. The Roosters get one quickly. It's been a terrific third term, just firing back and forward. Lockyer and Lang have both been great for their sides and set things up for what's going to be a huge final term in really tough conditions here at Prospect Oval. He's trying to work his way out. Mays, we heard about his work. It's been great on Harry Grant. Intercepting there, causing a bit of trouble there was McClellan. He's able to pick it up now. He did that well. Here's another chance for the Dogs. Grace up to half forward. Going high was Pearce. Quick little kick from Dudley. He goes, bang, bang, and gets a couple of goals in a minute. And there's some more breathing space right on three-quarter time as we're edging towards that for the Doggies.
Oh, they never lie down. Back again. Grace with the handball received. McLennan with his drive off the back flank. Dudley somehow gets beat the ball, and just when you thought North Adelaide were going to start to slip it into overdrive, Centrals find a way to get back into it. Right in the shadows of three-quarter time. Oh, some wonderful offensive run from McLennan off half-back. Drives him in. Good contest here. Pearce, Dudley front and centre. Crown replay giving us a great look. And Dudley with back-to-back goals. Look at him right at the feet of the big man. Yeah, he's lighting it up.
Great quarter of football here in the host plus SANFL. North Adelaide kicking the first 3 goals of the quarter. Centrals have kicked the last 3 of the quarter. And the margin back to where it started almost. It was 17 at half-time, 16 at the moment. 28 and a half minutes played here in the third term.
Love that from Schiller. Up the front of the square, knows what's coming at him, takes the footy, doesn't cough it up, gets a restart. Courage.
Clearing kick comes from Cade Dittmar. High ball to half forward. O'Loughlin needs support and found it around the body. Wig via Ramsey, who was exquisite with the foot skills. That's a good mark from Carl Finlay. Down low. Off balance, tries to half ball. Lockyer the flyer. And free kick is going against Postuma here. Mitigating circumstances for the big man.
Unlucky.
That can't be a free kick because he just jumped and misjudged. Obviously, Postuma sort of moved him in the air.
I think Lockyer was surprised he ended up with
that's quite remarkable. As Lockyer goes in, he's had a big third turn. Body well. Big Mitch Harvey. Yeah, you're not going to move me. He just sits under the ball, uses the body well. And this is just what Jacob Surgeon's boys need.
A bit of luck. Postuma could not believe it. The grandstand was still completely baffled that that went to Lockyer. I think Mitch is going to sit under this and slot it straight through.
Really needs this to keep some pressure on. Just to take the margin to 10 points. Mitch Harvey is a goal kicker in that 2018 grand final. He can handle pressure well, the big unit, and steers it through nicely, so the Roosters are on their way back.
Some sort of game. This third term, it's just had everything. Pies getting involved with a bit of cider, but Harvey with the steadier. Been really good in the ruck today, Harvey. Bit of McCormack's throwing everything at him. Dubious free kick, to say the least, on the Crown replay. Harvey too strong, absolute unit. Sits under it, finishes it off, reliable as ever. Not only doesn't he miss a game, he rarely misses a goal.
3 goals at half-time, the Roosters. They've kicked 5 in this quarter. To 4 from the Dogs.
Still a couple of minutes left, Case.
There's Manny Liddy again, charging out of the middle of the ground as the Dogs look for the quick reply. Ball pitches over the back. Finding it on the deck, Wilston. Running away from the danger zone as well. Kicking for distance. Bounce important here. Good work, Liddy there. Just outbodied Charlie Dinning, but he's got company now by one of the best in the business here. And Campbell Coombs going to be rewarded. Maybe the best tackler in the competition. He averaged 8 of them last season. And once he's got you, you're not going anywhere. 31 and a half minutes played. Is there time for the Roosters? Maybe grab another. Both teams in front in this third quarter. Lane Postuma, he's happy just to escort that over, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Let's go around the grounds now. Plenty of other footy going on. So last night, 27-point win by the Redlegs at the Parade. South Adelaide going nicely, 26 points up half-time. And here come the Bloods, 4 points. And they're very close to half-time onto the Eagles. So the Eagles are doing it pretty nicely in the early part of the game, which is great to see for Adam Hartley. He's got those Bloods firing, and he'll be coaching against his brother Hamish at some point when they take on Port Adelaide very soon.
7 goals second quarter from West Adelaide in that derby out there.
High ball there, and Wilston. You see Wilston, a bit like Finlay and also Hilda. They have these sort of taller players that they can move around forward and back. So really good for Jacob Surgeon to have that flexibility. Close to siren time.
Brave move, Soda. Dyson Hilda kicked 21 goals, 8 last season. And he's sitting down in the back line.
He was good, wasn't he? He just sitting behind Ramsey in terms of that. Here's a chance going forward. Can they get one before the siren? Lockyer just tries to dance his way around. Flicks a handball out. Zeckerly, on his left, can't get it around. Drops the kick in, Mark. Not quite taken. Oh, interception comes from the veteran McInerney. Gives it to Padmore in game 50. Misses it on the siren. Just what North would have loved. Terrific work. Great pick. Rolling off playing finals footy last year.
Great contest. Trust you're enjoying our coverage on Channel 7 around South Australia and beyond. Both teams in front in the third quarter. We turn for home with Central leading by 10. North Adelaide with some work to do. As they showed us in the previous quarter, they have got the wheels to make things happen quickly. First goal of vital importance. Saw Central District get the first goal of the first and second quarters, and then North kick the first 3 of the third as they grab some momentum. McCormack with the tap. Shark there by Mays. Been impressed with his work today. 18 disposals for him. Here's Isles around the body to no one in particular. Leading the charge out there is Jack McCann. Ball didn't bounce his way. At the back for the Roosters. Blaine O'Loughlin hands over. Spina, the captain, measures the pass. Highly skilled work there from North Adelaide as they get it forward. Now the pass for Newchurch, well, it was in a confined space, but he was able to control the kick from Finlay. Now called to play on, goes for depth. Harvey lurking at the back. Good battle down there. Ball hits the deck. Here's the dangerous Lockyer. He's dragged down, going nowhere under the pressure from Will Splann.
Terrific pressure. So we saw lapses in that third term when Central's let North go through them. You're going to have to maintain concentration.
Here's Harvey. Jams it onto the boot. He loads it. Goal umpire run a long way, but sets it to goal.
Just strength, isn't it? Strength and power. Protects the drop of the ball. Intelligent at his craft around ruck. And that goal that they fortuitously got in that third term from a free kick, that was from his power standing under it. Super smart footballer, Mitch Harvey. Bit of ruckcraft smarts from Harvey, protects the drop of the ball. How clever is he on the Chemist Warehouse replay to not only control the footy, but then get boot to ball? And he's got a couple. The one in the third term was very important. This one to start off the final, just as important.
Well, he's kicked the last 2 goals of the game, Mitch Harvey. He's stationed in there at full forward. What a luxury for them to have as they just play around with the ruck at the moment and give Carl Finlay an opportunity to go up against big Billy McCormack, who steals it out of the ruck. Flicks a handball. The Magarey medalist Coombe dribbles it forward. Isles leads Newchurch to it. Couldn't take it with him. Here's Barry. He's been super impressive on debut. Goes a little 1-2, the boy from Morningside, and then just pops a right footer up high into the direction of Dudley, who's got O'Loughlin to deal with at the moment. 2 talented individuals there. Looking for a free kick. I think he's going to get it too. So this will be O'Loughlin. Just brings it in, drops a little one into Wig. What's he up to now, Biggles?
24, this will be 25 now, with 4 clearances, 8 contested disposals.
Mays up to 19. O'Loughlin, a little undecided. Spina wants McCann. And free kick. Spina just disposed of after he disposed of the ball. McCann drives deep. Outnumbered down there, Harvey. Ball almost got to him, though. And they clear the danger zone through Will Splann. Torpedoes it back to the middle, but Spina is waiting for it. Plenty of run about North Adelaide at the moment. They're up and about. Blaine O'Loughlin, his kick, picked off, kept it low. Diving down low to take the mark is the Magarey medalist.
Well held, Case.
Yeah, disposal number 8 coming up for. After averaging 26, 7 tackles and 7 clearances on his way to the Magarey medal. The game up for grabs here. Sam Ramsey, quick kick, close to the boundary line. Campbell Coombe ushers Grant over the line. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 4 minutes played here in the final quarter. Central District by 4 points. Because
I know Jacob Surgeon said they got Sam Ramsey over from South Adelaide, thought he might be handy, but he's had such a good pre-season that he's exceeded the expectations they had for him.
He's been brilliant today so far. 17 disposals, Sam Ramsey. 4 contested possessions.
Little kick from Wig. Lockyer, who's been dynamic. There's a chance for Ramsey. He had 3 to contend with. And he'll kick around the corner from Frankie Zeckley. And he's pushed off as he goes for it. So reset will come via Kyle Pressbury.
We're going to see what sort of pre-season form this is going to carry out, of course, with a couple of tight ones, North with a couple of victories, and Centrals as well, playing well in the pre-season, and they certainly have acclimatised to round 1. This has been one of the best round 1 games we've seen in a long time. Came out firing that third term.
Spina doing his state team hopes no harm here today. Been outstanding, 17 disposals, 8 marks. And there's Noah Casalini about to rejoin the fray. Newchurch wants to go short. Does. Finds his teammate pinned on the boundary line. And this is a chance now for Sam Ramsey, one of the new faces here, the former South Adelaide player. 23 games, South, just 1 goal. Chances of kicking it from the boundary line. And that evidence would be slim. And it is across a face of goal. Through for a minor score, which reduces the margin to just 4 points. In fact, 3, as the scoreboard ticks over. So North Adelaide with more scoring shots, but trailing at the moment. We played 6 and a bit minutes here in the final quarter.
Presbury long ball. Good positioning there. Nicely done. Splan. In front of Lockyer. He's got some support from Isles, who's been busy. Had plenty of it today. He's coming up possession number 17, Billy. Wants to go inboard, and Presbury did well. He's got a couple to deal with and works his way around Zeckley into the attacking 50, and it's a good strong mark. So that's Finlay going back in defence while he's doing some work in the ruck where he feels comfortable. Obviously he spent a lot of time playing in defence, 50 odd games. Here's O'Loughlin. Got a lead up from Newchurch. So the two boys that have been at the Crows back at Prospect combined. There's Finlay with it, taps it down nicely. Dinning gives a little one forward, trying to get a handball is Coon. Releases Ramsey. He can go to Lockyer if he gets it across. He does. Great vision.
Great skills from Ramsey to swing around. Campbell Coombe is having one hell of a game. His ability to be able to push off of Grant, to follow up in the contest, work great. His running patterns, they're just sensational to watch live at the ground.
So Lockyer, they had 4 on the board already, kicked 3 in that third term to really get North Adelaide rocking, and then waste the opportunity there, which was one of the easier options for him so far today.
So the Dogs clinging to a 2-point lead at the moment. Co-captain Cole Presbury restarts. Happy to poke it into the back pocket. And Bryn Little, 3rd in the best and fairest last season. Started this season well, and Spina again. You can see him in a state jumper on the half-back flank next weekend. Well, he's picked off here, just cutting across there. Jai Larkins, really impressed with his game as well. And now the Bulldogs are outside and running. This is Whitelam. Couple of bounces to the mark of 50. Deep kick, rushing back. They had 4 players in the goal square there, and the mark's been taken here by Jake Gasper.
He's had some big moments, Gasper, hasn't he? Every time the ball's gone in his area, he's looked dangerous. Only had the 6 touches coming up for his 2nd goal. That speed of ball movement to transition around the outer side, though, catching the North defenders out. Great run from Whitelam.
Recruited from Port Melbourne on debut, Jake Gasper, goal kicker in the 2nd quarter for Central District. This to give the Dogs an 8-point lead. 9 minutes played in the final quarter from point-blank range. Yes, sir.
They will not die. They will just continue to hang around. That is a really good run. They're taking up to North when they get their chance. So Gasper with just a 7 disposal. We talked about the flexibility of Whitelam and what he offers them. So he had that running bounce on the outer side. That can get you over the lines. Just get that extra bit of yardage. Otherwise, that entry's too shallow. Now, this composure from Whitelam on the Chemist Warehouse replay to take the 2 bounces and then get a deeper entry. That's the benefit of getting it deeper. If there's a turnover and he's shallow to that 40 to 50 metre arc inside attacking 50 for the Dogs, North then go down the other way, everyone out of position. But because Whitelam carries that extra bit of distance, good penetrating entry, they get the result.
Dogs by 8 points. Harry Grant under another Campbell Coombe tackle.
He's got to be in the running for the Coles Valley player, Campbell Coombe.
What are his numbers, Biggles?
He's had 19. He's also had the number of Harry Grant, that's for sure.
Certainly has. Larkins, he's shown some today, the former Red Leg. Presbury, who's been solid in defence. Kick, though, a little too much on it. Grace, and working along with Frangle there, and Dudley and O'Loughlin. They're all going to just hold the ball up here and have the ball thrown up. 55 out from goal. Great contest. It's 8 points at the moment. Just a hurried kick forward. 2-on-1. Here comes Hilda, and he just stayed down, the big fella. Gives it to Spina, who's been rock solid, onto Raak, who showed he's got a big future at Prospect. And Finlay, who's also seen a bit of it today as well. He's going to get some extra distance to work on here. The umpire just reckon it went a little too hard. Wilston over the top of lockout. Kick just didn't have it. Put him under all sorts of pressure. Wasted opportunity for the Roosters.
The Dogs are out here. Ball sit for Jared Schiller, and it does by hand. McCormack. Presbury over the top. Well done, McCann there. The defensive work was important for the Roosters. They go forward once more, but again it's cut off at half-back. Well done, Jez McLennan. Played for South Australia last year. And he finds Jared Schiller. So 12 and a bit minutes played here in this last quarter.
It's a couple of big intercepts for McLennan, isn't it? Otherwise that ball's going deep into North's attack.
Whiteland sends the Dogs deep into attack. They've got numbers around the ball as well. Dudley, handball, was looking for Aidan Grace, who thought he was infringed there. And can only succeed in slapping it through for a minor score. So the Dogs, 11-8-74. With the advantage of 9 points over the Roosters, 9-11. Well, the ball wouldn't sit there for Dyson Hilda. Good enough to clean up, though. Back to McCann. His kick is knocked down, though. Bryn Little. The work rate's been terrific here from the Dogs today. North Adelaide, they've been guilty of overusing it. Perhaps Biggles, they're almost 100 more disposals than the Dogs.
I think the matchups have been really strong as well for Central's case. I think that when they are overusing it, they sort of are retreating back with handball and then trying to spot up. But the one-on-ones have been very strong for Central District.
A hurried kick forward just coming out of the pack was Liddy. Dudley just been lurking, had those really great moments at 25, 27 millimetres, a free kick. Well, Lang's third quarter was huge. Just a little sloppy from McCann.
Well, this is a big kick. So make sure, possibly could have been hanging on to Munn there. Lang makes sure that it's seen. McCann unlucky. You've got to go with him. This is a massive kick in the context of this match.
He's bagged 3 so far. Missed one into the post too in that third term. This would just take things out to perhaps a little disturbing sort of situation for North Adelaide. And Lang does that perfectly. That is an awesome kick. Just goes at the right post, brings it in. They're now out by 15 points, the Doggies.
Yeah, seizes the moment. Really good work from Munn. The follow-up on the ground level from the big man to dish it out. Shown a lot of character here today, Centrals. Every time they've been challenged, they've found a way. And that comes also down to multiple goal kickers they've had. 7 individual goal kickers. And this is a big moment ahead of this battle. Overrun there, slight error. Munn just getting boot to ball. Comes out and Lang, who draws the tackle. He goes low. Chemist Warehouse replay giving us a good look at the free kick. They're exhausted out there. 30 degrees. Been an incredible contest. Every time North had challenged, the Dogs have had an answer.
When these teams played here last year, it was round 17, 8 goals apiece, and Central won by 2 points. On their last 2 here is Isles. Calm in a crisis there. Kick was partially smothered, but it finds Liddy. It goes out wide to Schiller. Co-captain coming up for disposal number 14. Pushes it out back to Liddy. He's been good today. Just keeps running. Liddy, 15 disposals, 4 tackles. North Adelaide not doing enough at the moment. They need to find something, and quickly. This is Wigg leading possession gather on the ground. Half volley by McInerney, who half volleys at the McCann, who's now got problems. In over the top of him there was Cade Dittmar. And as you can see, the Dogs look like they're not going to let this one slide.
Lost Harrison Elbro in the second term with an ankle injury, so down a number there. Been down a soldier in hot conditions. It may have played a part in the result here. Still a bit of time left. North aren't out of it.
So late in the third, South Adelaide are 5 points up over the Crows and 11 points half time. It is the Eagles sitting over West Adelaide at the moment. Here's a chance now going forward for the Dogs. The kick just didn't quite hit the target. Came from George Kendall, who's made his way to the Ponderosa from Mango Playa, Cookadinia United, East Lakes Goannas, Biggles.
Brennis.
Good mark. New Church. Just goes inboard, works okay. Here's McCann. So North Adelaide needs someone to stand up now. Couple of minutes away from time on, and they're now trailing by 15 points. Someone has to stand up. Whose moment is it?
Goannas spent a lot of money each year on engraving, Soda.
Tell you what, you just go with United Goannas, I think they call themselves now. It's Mango Playa, Cookadinia United, East Lakes Goannas. That could be, that's bigger than Gamain Grong Grong Matong, which is where Lukey Harble came from, who's retired after 190 games, the former skipper. Right, let's go into it here now. The Roosters holding the ball just on attacking 50. They could get a goal now just before you get to time on. It gets them within single figures, and it is game on. Schiller, he's been good, the veteran. Game number 236 from the 31-year-old.
You know, after Wigg was really on fire at stoppages, Liddy and Barry have fought back around clearances, and we can see another one here with Liddy at the base of the pack, and that's really where the hard work has come from, and Centrals have been disciplined in that area.
Umpire says I'll have it. Took over 18 minutes played, 20 scoring shots apiece, despite the difficult conditions and a warm day. Players have still got enough energy for a little bit of push and shove here deep into the game. Look, full credit to both teams, to the umpires, to the volunteers, to the big crowd here who brave these warm conditions on Good Friday, giving up their Easter, and to put on a very good spectacle for our viewers on Channel 7. New Church, his kick. Missed the target. Keenan Ramsey's going to be
McLennan
just over the top there, giving away the free kick.
been brilliant. He has been absolutely brilliant right in the running for the Coles valued player. Jez McLennan, this will be disposal number 20 for him. 7 of those contested.
High ball, pack develops, Harvey in the middle of it. Aiden Grace over the top. Nice work there by Blaine O'Loughlin. The good skills there, evasive work from Larkins was terrific. Ball spills out the back, Hugo Martin jams it onto the boot, going back with the flight. Oh, that took some courage. That was a very courageous grab from Nick Lange. He's been certainly influential as well, and that is very creative. Terrific work as he finds Jake Gasper loose in the forward line, and he can go back now, Gasper, and have a look at his third goal.
They've got a really good connection, the Centrals forwards, haven't they? They know the movements. You know, Lange's been around long enough, and you just think Gasper's just going to slide straight into this forward line, creating space. Grace is brilliant.
13 goals was the high watermark for Central Districts last season. And Gasper is here looking to make it 13 today in round one. So promising signs for Central District supporters. Round one, and that is as straight as you'll get. Nice finish from Gasper. He's got 3. Central look as though it is all over now as we move into time on, and they enjoy a 21-point advantage.
Well, that's a beautiful kick, isn't it? We just got a really good look from our cameraman in the way in which Gasper strikes the ball. Deliberate, upward approach. 3 snags in the afternoon. Lange's kick across the body here. On the Chemist Warehouse replay, the mark prior to that, super strong, and then put it on the lips. Beautiful pass to Gasper, and really good response. They were challenged, certainly challenged in the 3rd term and in the final term as well. Continue to work. Very balanced effort here from the Central District Footy Club.
Genuine maturity from Central District as they evolve as a club under Paul Thomas, and his family has a great connection with the Northern SANFL club here, and the 4 debutants today, particularly Barry and Gasper, have been outstanding. Posture and Ditmar have both had moments as well, but they'll be very happy with their recruiting, be very happy with the development of players like Lang, and his like, obviously getting McLennan back last year was really important, and Luca Whitelam's developing well, so it's looking really good the way that they have progressed as a footy club over the past couple of years.
They picked up Kai Pudney in the off-season, premiership player from Woodwest Torrens, who couldn't get a game here this afternoon.
Ace in the twos.
Yeah.
There's Paul Thomas, the Gary medalist himself, also had a quick little stint at Essendon, premiership captain at Elizabeth, and doing a great job here right now. The hurried kick comes from the Schiller handball, and Barrow's kick can't get through. Here's McCann.
The most impressive part of the performance here today for Centrals is Harry Grant being blanketed. So the next man up, Barry the recruit, Liddy's been brilliant. And of course their leadership in Pressbury and Schiller.
Been impressive from the Dogs. Hugo Munn chips out wide. Wilson Barry quickly onto the boot, ill-directed though. McCann leads the charge. That looked deliberate. Umpire says throw it in, gives him the benefit of the doubt. We took over to 23 minutes played here in this last quarter. And after North Adelaide kicked the first goal of this final term to close to within 2 points, Central have kicked the next 3 to put it beyond doubt, and that's a suggestion of a high tackle there from Schiller as well. Tackle count 53-43 in North Adelaide's way. 10 of those tackles from Campbell Coombe, who leads the game in that category. 8 from Jared Schiller as he leads from the front, the co-captain for Central District. Playing it right out as well. Barry close to the boundary line. Some tired players out there, and they'll enjoy a nice cold shower, I suspect, Brett Biglands at the end of this.
Statistically, though, North have won every category. Disposals, uncontested possession marks, clearances. They've really dominated the stat sheet. Only the 1%ers have been in favour of the Dogs.
Coming after 7 years tonight, straight off to Optus Stadium. Adelaide taking on Fremantle. Brett Biglands' former club, the Crows, the lean start to the season, Biggles.
Against the Dockers, they did have a big victory last year, and so you'd hold that in good stead. But the 3 games prior to that, Freo have owned, so this one is anyone's. And like we said at half-time, I think it's a line in the sand moment for the club.
High ball. Trying to steal it there was Newchurch. Oh, a little give. Works out okay to Larkins. Taken out over the line, though, under pressure from 50 game of Patmore.
And even at SANFL level, we're seeing the players who are fulfilling the SANFL side not going too well against South Adelaide today, have been decimated by injury. So, very slow start for the club.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock too, straight after 7 News. Port Adelaide taking on the Demons. That'll be a big clash coming out of Adelaide Oval as well. Port have been in pretty good shape, done what they've needed to do. Travis Boak playing his 351st game. Melbourne have been pretty handy as well, so that promises to be a big match.
That midfield battle, so to Melbourne, Port Adelaide, that is huge.
Here we go, Keenan Ramsey. Is there time? Just on the left, little steadier. The bounce. Oh, bounces up and down on the spot. Come on, Keenan, get the back spin off and give a bit of top stuff.
There is an invisible force in between the goalposts. And he's just blocked it. How does that spin backwards?
Like a basketball, just up and down a couple of times.
He's a gun golfer, Keenan Ramsey, too. He might have meant it.
He hit a big ball.
He's a gun golfer.
Yeah, he's a big unit. Powerful. Here's Harry Grant. Up the half back, speaking of big units, there he is there. Mitch Harvey used the body beautifully to get himself in a good spot. Pringle's kick, he's knocked off as he kicks it. So Harrison Wiggle, I know they're going to bring it back. Now the boy from Sydney played some VFL footy, came out of St George in the local competition. The kick is okay. Cody Rack, I've been impressed with him, Biggles.
Yeah, great pickup. Okay? Been very impressive. 18 disposals.
Oh, it's going to be a free kick here, and it's going to go against Dane Postuma. Just a little push there. The boy from Queanbeyan, a little liberal with his hands. So Castellini, I think he bagged 6 on Anzac Day in the game last year to pick up the medal. Who played some footy in the VFL for GWS out of the academy there. Kicked 20 goals last year from his 13 matches, so we know he's capable in front of the sticks. 21 points down. He doesn't need to pop it up out of bounds at any chance. So a couple of wasted opportunities for North Adelaide if there was any chance of them able to sneak back.
Such is the importance of round one with gather round next week. So you've got 2 weeks to lament a loss going into the state game, of course, down at the Bay. 2 weeks to think about it. A bit of a stop-start to the season.
Barreau flew high. As the skipper can hold his head high. He's been very, very solid today, Alex Spina. 20 disposals.
10 marks, which is clearly the most prospect today.
Harvey, McCormack, Schiller against Wigg, and as it comes to O'Loughlin. Up the half forward, Lockyer going up with Kendall, and Kendall used the body well and has trapped the ball and hold it in. Terrific win it will be for Central District, so it'll be their 30th win on Prospect Oval, and they lead the ledger. 30-29 it'll be against North Adelaide. Breaking away, Dittmar with a bit of a wobble. Good pickup by Pearce, wasn't it? For a big unit, just curls the ball around. Oh, the bounce isn't a good one when you're a defender, and here's a chance for Grace. Dribbles it through and puts a little bit of icing on the Central District cake. And they are out by 27 points, Red Biglands. It has been a great performance by Tomo's lads.
Yeah, Pearce's pickup wasn't that impressive for the big man. Grace's loose ball get as he swung around. Plenty of tricks in his kit bag. Ball doing everything. Turns back onto the Chemist Warehouse replay, giving a look at a bit of Grace magic. It's just the 7 disposals for his 2 snags this afternoon. He's pumped it inside 50 majority of the time he's had it.
Great to see Pearce, 198 centimetres, just getting down like a little fella. Just thoughts of Red Biglands as he was swarming around Woodville Oval.
Oh, well, he did come from old club Port Districts, but Port Districts should be a moral this year with the flag, shouldn't they? With the players they've got signed down there.
Who's gone down there, Biggles?
Scotty Lysett and, of course, Joey Haynes.
Jeez.
And
that's pretty handy bloke to have in the ruck.
Matty Rose from South.
Oh, yeah?
Like, there is a list as long as your arm down there.
Going to be good. Coon, he's had a good day. He can hold his head high as well for the Roosters. Here's a chance now for the Doggies just to continually go a little bit of percentage now. There's the siren. Round 1, and it is a great win by Paul Thomas's Bulldogs. They came to Prospect. They came with confidence given what they performed with last year, and they've done the job by 27 points.
We're the mighty, mighty dogs. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bumps with the grit and sense. Come what may I describe it. Teamwork is the thing that talks. One for all and no for one. The way we play We're the mighty fighting dogs. We love our club and we play to win. Riding the bumps with the grin